So Nebraska Children and Families Foundation is a foundation, and they work with all these different organizations to generate funds to fund programs in the states to do the great work that drives their mission of supporting children and families.
Some of the challenges I see when working with youth is oftentimes resources. Lots of times they need a state ID, and finding birth certificates and social security cards is a challenge. So we work on obtaining those documents as well.
When I first started getting connected, I was really nervous because I didn't know Elisa. I didn't know anyone. I just kind of was like, well, I'll just do this just to see what it's about. In the higher education, it's a lot of homework. I never did homework at all in high school. So going to high school life all the way to college life is a big change because in high school, I never did my homework. And in college, it's homework. It's just all on your own. When someone was checking on me, like Elisa, it was always really great because I always had, I never had a family figure to keep tabs on me and make sure I was doing stuff. So having someone else that was there to do it, just keep an eye on me was good.
We work with them in every phase in terms of transitioning into independence. We help them secure an apartment. We help them prepare for college and prepare for housing. We help them with employment and transportation. The big thing that I focus on with my students is getting them connected to resources. You know, that's kind of our role, is to make sure that they're aware of all the community resources.
I feel like it's great to have like a person like telling you about these programs, because you know, like there's flyers, there's emails and stuff, and I feel like young children don't really look at those. They're just kind of like, yeah, whatever. I feel like I wouldn't be able to put these things on my resume. First of all, like I said, I did 2 internships, so I wouldn't be able to put those on my resume. The extra money that I used to buy my parking pass and buy my books wouldn't have been there, and I wouldn't have like people I would be able to talk to about like my concerns and like solutions to like a lot of my problems here in college. Opportunity Passport, it's basically like a program that helps you like get an apartment and get a car, and I actually got a new car with it. They give you $6,000 and they match you, so they give you $6,000 and however much you save up, like they'll match you. So I was able to get a whole brand new car with this program.
So there's a whole group of young people who may not believe that they have all these great strengths to contribute to society. We believe that young people in foster care have a lot of strengths just for being in care. I mean, there's a lot of resilience, there's a lot of problem solving, there's a lot of just ambition to kind of grow beyond what they've experienced. They don't want to be defined by their past. So we work really hard with them to get to know them, build that relationship, and focus on the strengths and help them believe that they have these strengths that they can apply, and they can be leaders, and they can achieve things that they've never thought that was possible.
I think a lot of it's been enlightening, like mainly towards myself. Usually clam up. I don't like to socialize with people, or I didn't like to socialize with people, and I've gone out of my comfort zone because of Felipe, and like the fact that I wanted to be held accountable and like have something to look forward to. And he was like one of the first people that started helping me feel like I had something that I can like offer and give myself. So I feel like the relationship has been, positive. And because I did want to go to school before all that happened, but I think this gave me more of an initiative too. It's like, I don't want to let myself down, but I also don't want to let down the people that have helped me get there. So I'm grateful for it for sure. And it's definitely a good, I don't want to call it a safety net, but it's the support system when I didn't have the support systems.
We work very hard to build relationships with community partners. So while we're very much centered on building relationships with young people, we need to have strong relationships with community partners because they are our referral sources. So whether it be through central navigation, a direct referral to us from a community partner, or a young person coming to us themselves or referring a friend, basically no wrong door to come get work, to have Central Plains work with them.
Nebraska Children and Families Foundation has been a very solid connecting piece for me. So they're helping me navigate the systems and link into the community partners telling me what they do, and then I reach out to them. So the most important part of my job is going to be telling the story. So where have these students come from? How resilient are they? And where are they going? Because that's what matters.
The partnership that we were working with, the Nebraska Children's and Families Foundation, is primarily focused on working with the YRTCs. Nebraska Career and Technical Education provides information and focuses on providing these opportunities for all youth. And we developed a guide that focused in on special strategies for recruiting and retaining students that fall into these special populations. And so not only were they generalized strategies, there were strategies focused on each of the different special populations group. So youth that are aging out of the foster care system or are in the foster care system, their teachers can go and take a look at this guide and see how to recruit and retain those students within their classes.
All young learners should have access to high-quality public education, and that includes career and technical education. And students who are in state institutions or incarcerated youth are historically underrepresented in these programs, and they still, as they transition out of incarceration, need to have those skills and have that career development and career readiness to be successful as they transition back into their communities and oftentimes finish their high school experience. We need to make sure there's those connection points while they're in and out of the different schools.
What it means to me when we see successes like that is that anything is possible. That no matter where your starting point is from, if you have the support and the community connections and the community opportunities that are available, you can go as far as you want. And that those opportunities are not lost on these youth. They want to give back. So many youth we have, when they are done with our program, their next step is to figure out how to give back to other youth.
I tell almost everyone that wants to hear it, life is hard. And so to navigate the world with no one or without stable support, it's hard enough. And so having that support is really beneficial to just know that somebody cares. So it's almost like I'm just connecting the dots. And this is how we can break some generational cycles, because once you know better, you do better. And so sometimes it's just navigating those resources that you may have never known existed.